Alright folks, Post here, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and sorry this one's a bit late, and also the Glade one actually, I was in the middle of uploading the Glade video, and then I, well, fell asleep. So that's kind of sad. But anyways, we're back, got still a lot of stuff to go through, which is why it's kind of sad that I accidentally fell asleep. But yeah, a lot of stuff to go through, and in this video we're going to go through Jasmine and Steelix's moves, stats and all that stuff, sync grid, right? So, Jasmine Steelix, first of all, it's a steel support, weak to water. Look at these stats. 520 HP, 140 attack, 300 defense. 300 defense! That's insane! No one has 300 defense. Wow. Wow, I think the highest we've ever got was, what, 260 or something? Let me see. What was, what's Mew's defense after you, 5-star it or whatever? A 230 defense. Oh, no, that's, oh, no, that's Vanilla. Okay, Mew's pretty close. Mew's pretty close, but, like, in general, like, no one, okay, here's how you get to 300 defense. If you get Mew to 5-star, 20 out of 20 potential, you get 310 defense. But otherwise, you don't get 300 defense. Special attack 120, that's kind of useless. Special defense 185. So, you know, it's obviously Steelix has always been, you know, a defensive tank, but its special defense is not bad either. 185, which is great as well. 140 speed, it's really slow. But you know, it's Steelix, so it's supposed to be slow, kinda. So but this is a slight issue, honestly. 140 speed is really bad. So going on to its moves. Move 1 Gyro Ball, Steel, Physical, 44 power, actually 100, 2 power, single target. Power is doubled if the target has any speed increases, right? So that kind of makes sense considering, you know, how Gyro Ball works in the main series. But like if the target speed is quicker than yours, then like this thing will always double in this game. But you know, it's basically if the opponent raises their speed, which honestly, like, opponents raising their speed is kind of common in this game. Like, of all the stats opponents usually raise, speed is probably among the most common, in my experience. Not that I have any data on this. It's just, you know, from what I've seen, it's a personal anecdote, right? It's not scientific, but it's just from what I've seen. All right, second move, X Defense All. Pretty straightforward. X Defense All. It is a support, right? A third move, Clang. Trainer move, 2 uses, which I forgot to write. But blocks both critical hits and stat lowering effects from affecting the allied field. That is huge. That is really good. So you basically give your whole team Vigilance and Impervious. That's really great. Although for the most part, like, your whole team doesn't really need it. It's mainly Jasmine that needs, since you're going to be tank, or whatever else tank that you're using that could somehow outbulk Jasmine. Although, you know, now you could, with the new function, by the way, you could actually choose which your opponent's targeting in single player. It's like not that big of a deal anymore, but it's still really good. It's still good, right? Obviously, you know, Vigilance used to be one of the best defensive skills in the game, right? And it's still really good. Fourth move, we got Iron Tail, Steel Physical, 132 power, 75% accuracy, 3 power, single target, moderate chance of lowering target's defense, moderate being 40%, right? So Iron Tail is, it's whatever. Like, the attack stat is, like, just way too low to really utilize any of its, like, attacks, right? I mean, these attacks aren't, I mean, I guess Iron Tail's kind of bad, but even Gyro Ball's not that bad. But, like, yeah, 140 attack, that might be, like, one of the lowest in the game. Let's see. Is anyone lower than 140? I'm pretty sure there are Pokemon that's lower than 140 attack, but, like, there probably won't be that many, I would assume. Okay, well, that's much lower than 140 attack. So we're looking at the range of Caitlyn's physical attack, which is non-existent because Caitlyn doesn't do physical damage. So what's the next closest physical striker? I guess Palisand. Okay, no. Yeah, no. You will not be doing damage with Steelix in this scenario. There are a lot of boosts to that though, so hold on to that thought. Moving on, to Mega Steelix. Mega Steelix gets even more defense. So 168 attack, which is still pretty bad. Which is around, actually, like, Delbird's level, right? Yeah, still really bad offensive stats. But 360 defense. And I think everything else is the same, right? Just, like, attack and defense, right? All right, yeah. 120, yep. It's just attack and defense boost, which is all it needs, honestly. And actually, I take the back. It would be nice if it got some more speed. But, no, that's, can't do much about that. Sync move, Steel Clad Iron Tail, Steel, Physical, 160 power. The more the defense is raised, the more the move power, and then you Mega afterwards, right? Well, the first time you use it, because you can't, like, Mega, that wouldn't make sense. Anyways, moving on. Passive, you got Endurance. And after Mega, you still keep Endurance, and then you also get Last Word, which is Glalie move, which you use an explosion after you faint. Which it completely uses, because this thing's never... Come on! This thing's not gonna faint! How, like, if you're facing a physical, you know, opponent, how is this thing going to die? How is this going to die? It has 360 defense! And it even has, like, more, like, stuff in its sync grid, right? Also has Endurance for some reason. As if it's not already, like, insanely tanky enough. Physically, right? So, yeah, this thing is a defensive monster. Also, I just noticed that the background, I accidentally used Hoenn. I forgot to swap out from Wally's thing, but do forgive me, I just woke up from that. So, hey, Hoenn's pretty, you know, Hoenn's a pretty place, so, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a thing of an issue to have. So, anyways, going into its sync grid. Oh, by the way, she does come out on, I think, the 21st of May, right? She's the last of, you know, these set of units to come out, right? Wallace is on the 30th. Wally is on, I think, the 14th, right? Let me just double check that. Yep, UTC, by the way. This is all UTC. Wally's on the 14th, and Jasmine is on the 21st. So, let's go into sync grid, and now, thankfully, that one of the upsides of me going to sleep is that they upgraded the sync grid helper, so I don't have to, like, copy and paste all the text into, like, my Discord and read off that. So, anyways, this is obviously much better visually. Oh my god, look at all these defense nodes. Get so many defense nodes and special defense nodes as well. And some attack nodes, I guess. Oh my god, this dude literally has zero speed nodes. This is hilarious. Hey, at least they're sticking true to, you know, Steelix's stats in the main series. Dude literally has zero. I don't think anyone in the game has zero speed nodes. I think, like, the least is, like, Haru or something, or was it Pikachu? One of those, and, like, they don't have, like, any, like, they at least have, like, one speed node. But this dude literally has no speed nodes. You got 50 HP up here. That needs sync move level 3, and then an extra 20 down here, and 20 attack over here. So going into its stuff, so let's first go over, like, the Iron Tail stuff, right? You got 2 accuracy boosts, so you can boost Iron Tail up to 95 accuracy if you really want to attack with Steelix, which is actually not a terrible option. There's, even though, like, despite, like, the really, really bad offensive stats, the reason why I say that is look at this, if I could find it. Surging Sand. Gyro Ball, Surging Sand's 9. So if you use Gyro Ball and the opponent is speed buffed, right? Your Gyro Ball, first of all, does double the power, right? 88 power over here. Well, it shouldn't be 88 power because, you know, you actually need sync move level 3 to get this, so it's going to be, you know, whatever level 3 power is. But, you know, 90 plus power move on 2 gauges with a 90% boost in Sandstorm. So if you're attacking in Sandstorm, you get an extra 90% boost on that, which is insane. And then you got Clang Lockdown. Charges the move gauges of all allied sync pairs by 1 when you use Clang, which is nice, I guess. How much energy is it? 8 energy. That's not bad. Gyro Ball move gauge refresh. A lot of Gyro Ball stuff. So mainly, if you ever are going to use Iron Tail to attack, honestly, you're probably going to use Gyro Ball. Or not Iron Tail. You use Steelix. Well, to be fair, Steelix looks like an Iron Tail, literally. Like, the dude, I mean, yeah. So, most of the time, you're going to be using Gyro Ball. For Iron Tail, you have Iron Tail on a roll, which raises the chance of lowering the stat values of additional effective moves, which is, in this case, lowering the defense, which is good, but it's, like, also not that big of a deal. Just, like, pick up, like, the and it's, like, 3 gauges to do that, when like you could just do that like with Kukui with like 1 gauge, and that's like AoE as well if you really want to, you know, lower the defense, right? Or even Nanu, which is for 2 gauges for 1 target, right? So there's that. As for more damage boosting stuff, because, you know, he actually does have a lot of damage boosting stuff. So you got Tough Cookie, and you got another Tough Cookie. So you got 2 Tough Cookies. The more the user's defense is raised, more power up moves. If it's in the same line as Overpower, Houndoom's Dark Pulse Overpower, that should be 30% boost. And then since they're the same skill, they only add up, they don't multiply, which would be what, an extra 6%, which would be great. Again, don't like quote me on this. I'm not 100% sure if it's like 30%. You go, okay. For Clang, you got Berserk Bunch, which raises the attack of all allied Sync Bears when a move is successful. So +1 attack for everyone when you use Clang, which is nice. Obviously, that just depends on your team, right? You don't want to use it with a special striker. So that would make sense. But, you know, in the right circumstances, is great. Soothing Sand, so you heal during Sandstorm and Sand Shelters, so you don't take damage in a Sandstorm, which would be really stupid if you take damage in Sandstorm since you're Steel, you're a Steel type. So there's that. X defense, MP refresh, that's nice. Sync move buffs, everyone has that. Impatient 1 has a small chance of reducing the user's sync move countdown by 1 when the user is hit by an attack move. This is actually great, because it's like, small chance is what? 20%? So I got a 20% chance to decrease your sync move countdown by 1 when you're going to get hit by an attack move. And again, even without the new tactic stuff, you're almost always going to get targeted anyways. So you'll get hit a lot, and you're supposed to get hit a lot. And decreases sync move countdown for your whole team. Do keep in mind, you know, sync move countdown, that's shared by the whole team, right? So there's that. And then you got Recuperation too, just because he's not tanky enough. You get 20% HP back when you use your sync move. So that does give you an incentive to use Steelix's sync move over, I guess, any of your strikers' sync moves. Again, also, this isn't like that big of a deal since most of the time you probably won't be syncing with him, unfortunately, but still. I mean, I guess if you go like with a full, let's see how much this costs, like full like damage boosting build, since honestly Steelix does not really have that much in terms of its like support stuff in its grid. Like a lot of it is honestly just damage boosting, right, for Steelix. I guess the only support stuff is you get Berserk Bunch and Clang Lockstep, and that's kind of about it. Like maybe, I mean, oh well, obviously X defense, MP refresh. Maybe if you want to stretch it to Impatient 1, that could also kind of be supportish, right, as well. So I mean, I guess you could make it, you know, to dual damage. But anyways, yeah, that's for Steelix's Synchro. I'm glad they didn't throw Jasmine under the bus, and she's actually really good. So there's that. Just an instant, like, oh my god, right? If you guys like, let me check this. If you guys max out this guy's potential, so max 20 out of 20 Mega Steelix, it has 408 defense. Not that anyone, well, maybe someone will, you know, if you're like a diehard Jasmine fan, right? Or like if you just really value its you know, defense stat that much, you know, max it out, that's 408 defense, which is pretty insane. Anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for some more Pro Masters content. Next video, we're probably gonna go over the new sync grids, right? Cynthia, Skyla, and Karina, which should be fun. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in a bit.